Hello, people. Hello, we live once again. And hey, that's great. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday and live at 14. Time's flying, time's flying. Live at 14. So happy. I've done 14 lives so far. And yeah, hope everyone is doing well. I'm okay. Thank you, God. If you're healthy, that's the most important thing. And hopefully every one of you is healthy as well. Yeah, today I decided to do, because some people asked me, and we're gonna do like a pros and cons of working out with a mate. So pros and cons of working out with a mate, advantages and disadvantages working with a mate. So I myself, let me talk about myself before anything, before we go through here. Lately I've been working out just by myself, but yeah, I've worked with mates before, and I've been working by myself because now my mate I used to work with, he left the gym. He's a trainer, and so I'm on a solo career now. Yeah, I like working out by myself. It can be difficult. Sometimes you have some difficulties because you're just by yourself. You don't have anyone to support you, to help you. So yeah, but other times it's good because you're not like wasting your time. You can do your training with more intensive training. But again, it depends on you. Some people, they just bring the phone with them, and they keep like texting and texting, and so you tend to lose the intensity. So in training, when you're doing training, you want to bring together intensity. If there is no intensity, there is no training. So yeah, we're gonna go through the pros of working out with a partner, and we also the cons, and then you can participate. You can ask me questions if you have any questions. Would it be nice to answer? So here we're gonna go through the very first one. I've got, I don't know how many I'm gonna be talking here, but the very first one, let's go through the pros. Yeah. So more motivation. That's the first one. You can have, yeah, you can have more motivation. Have a friend working out together, because he or she's there to push you, and that helps a lot. So you can have like a more motivation. And even sometimes you're not motivated for your training, but then your mate says, hey, let's push it. You know, we can make it happen. Today today you're not feeling great, but I'm here to push you, and we're gonna end up doing a good training. So you can have, that's one of the pros, more motivation. The second one is you can have more fun with your mate. Yeah. You can like exchange conversation, and yeah, you can like take the mickey sometimes, this and that, so you can have more fun, which is good. Another one is you guys, like friends, you can be more competitive between each other. So so how can you be more competitive between you and your mate? You can try to lift a heavier weight, and then your mate can go and try to do the same. Maybe he or she doesn't do it, but in a nice way, can be competitive. And you can try to go to the extra mile, if you know what I mean. So you kind of compete against each other when doing this. So again, you can be more competitive when training. And another thing is you can learn more variety to an exercise routine. Yeah, you can learn more if your friend has enough knowledge, so he can pass that on to you, can teach you some bits here and there, and you learn it. If you're not at the same level, which is good, so you can share tips. You can share tips on exercising, fitness, also healthy recipes, and for sure you will learn a lot. So yeah, it is always, I can tell you, because I've been training with like different guys. If they know more than you can learn a lot, for sure. You can learn a lot, and if you don't know, you ask. I'm sure your friend will be there to help you. Okay, another one is you can support each other. Let's say you wanna try a little bit heavier, and you're not confident enough, then you have your friend there to support you. That's good, because if you, like me, sometimes when I want to do a lot heavier than I usually do, I know I can do it, but it's always good to have someone, just a little touch there to help you go up. Yeah, yeah, it's important. If you go a bit too heavy, it's good to have someone to help you. So, and then you can get the most out of it. So it's good. But there is something about supporting each other. We're gonna be talking a little bit later. No. Another one is you can save money. For example, you can just if your friend has a car, your friend can come and pick you up. So you can save money on buses or trains or something like that. And so one saves money and the other doesn't save. But then you can share the costs a little bit. So you can save some money. Yeah, another way you can save some money is if you decide to do like personal training. It can cost a lot less, because like personal training is a bit expensive. Anywhere you go, you're gonna pay for the price. You pay for an hour, sometimes for half an hour, but I think half an hour sometimes not worth it, because ends up paying more than an hour. That's where it happens. But if you share that time with your mate, it can be less costly. So yeah, so you can save money with that, which is good. And then you have someone who is knowledgeable, a trainer, and a trainer can help you to get the most of it. Yeah, to maximize your gains. Also, another advantage is having a mate. You can skip less workouts, so fewer skipped workouts, because you know your mate is there waiting for you, and you have to be there. So that's something helps. So you fewer skipped workouts. Another one is working out with a mate. You can work out for longer. Yeah, you can. When I work out by myself, I do like 50 minutes to an hour. And if you are with a mate, it can go a lot longer. It can go for like an hour 10, an hour and a half. It depends. It goes for an hour and a half because you have to wait for your mate to do the sets and reps, and vice versa. So, and another one is you guys can try different exercises. So maybe if I know a sort of exercise, he or she doesn't know, so you can teach the exercise. So you kind of exchange ideas, tips on fitness. And yeah, that's another one. Another one I'd say advantage is accountability. Yeah. So you can hold each other accountable for the things, you know what I mean, for the workouts. Excuse me. If you one gets unmotivated, the other one can motivate. So, which is good. Sometimes you come to your training, you're not feeling great, even though you're there to do the training, but you feel a little bit down that day, or it's motivated. And then you've got your friend is full of energy, is there to help you. Hey, come on, you know, chin up, let's do it. You're going to do a great session. And then it happens, you know, at the end of the session, you feel, wow, I've done a great session. Although when I came in, I was feeling down, I was feeling dismotivated, but you lifted my spirits. That helps a lot when you have a mate. A mate helps you and lifts your spirits if you have a good mate, right? Another one is your mate can help you reach your goals. If you have that kind of number of reps to do it, or sets, weights, you know, he can push you or she can push you. Yeah. So, which is great. I like that idea. When someone pushes you and they say, yes, you can do it, you can make it happen, it's possible for you, I know you can lift it, you can do one more extra rep. So that, you know, that brings that thing inside of you, and you say to yourself, yes, I will make it, I make it happen. Okay, so yeah, you can. So that's another advantage, another one of the pros. You can reach your goals. And again, another one is you can burn more calories together. Yeah, as long as you keep intense. Yeah. So yeah, you together. I can push you, you push me, and then you burn much more. Yeah, sometimes you're doing exercise, you needed that extra push, and you don't have your mate there, and then you don't do it. So yeah, so you can kind of burn more calories, which is good. So it's good to burn, isn't it? Especially if you need to burn. Remember, I've said before in my life, if you want to lose weight, you have to make sure about the number of calories you ingesting. Yeah, if you ingest more than you burning, you put on weight. That's, you have to be careful. So you must control that thing. Yeah, you have to keep an eye on your diet, and your training has to be spot on. Yeah, intense. Another one you can do is you can recover together. How you can recover together? Excuse me. You can have, when your workout is done, you can have like a healthy snack. So you're recovering together, or lunch together. You socializing with your mate. So yeah, you recover together. So as long as you eating or drinking something which is good for you. I'm just have a sip. So, so you've got lots of pros and cons. Again, if you asked me, coach, would you train with a mate? I've done before. I think nowadays I'd rather go by myself. If I need someone to support me, I just ask one of the trainers to help me. But I'm not doing that heavy nowadays. I just want to keep fit and healthy. That's most important for me, because I want to be free of injuries. And sometimes when you're going too heavy, it can injuries can happen. Of course, like trainers, they have like a good technique, but still, you see, like athletes, like footballers, when they are running and they pull a muscle, it happens. And you see, they have like all the stuff in the club that they treat them, but still they can get injuries. Yeah, nowadays I train by myself. I like training by myself, and if there's anyone available on the day, you can train together. But lately I have not been training because of the pandemic. Just like using my buns at home can be a bit boring, but because I don't have the weights. But I'm happy because I'm doing something. And yesterday I went for like an hour run. Yeah, I had my mask on. It's not comfortable to run wearing a mask, but you have to protect yourself. So, and another thing is, for me, I struggle when I have to run in the cold. I don't like the cold, but I have to do it. I have no choice. And I'm running again on Friday, so like twice a week. It's hard. It's really hard to get out of the flat when it's cold, but I've got to do it. Another one, when you're training with a partner, another advantage is time flies. Yes, time flies. I can tell you, because sometimes I'm training and I say, oh, I still have to do another set, more reps. It takes a bit longer, but then you have a good mate, and then you like you're just like talking, and when you look at the time, it's gone, you know. So as long as you don't keep talking all the time, because then you're gonna be losing your intensity. Important is time you fly when you with a mate. And another one is can be sometimes being on the gym floor, especially for women, can be a bit intimidated. And nowadays you see lots of women, they are on the gym floor, they don't care, they just go lift weights, which is great. So yeah, if they have a mate, it makes it easier. Yeah, so you don't feel alone. You're just there with someone to help you. Excuse me. You know, when you speak too much, that's what happens. That's why I always have my bottle of water here by my side, because you have like it gets a bit dry in your throat, isn't it? So yeah, so that was the last one. You don't feel alone when you're training with a mate, which is great. Yes, very good. So now we're gonna go through some the cons, disadvantages. But if you feel like it, you can give me a advantage or disadvantage, because sometimes you don't remember all advantages and disadvantages. But this live today is only to give you an idea how good it is to train with a friend. And sometimes you have like sometimes not that great, but really it's up to you if you feel more motivated with someone training with you, especially with someone who's got more knowledge than you, and that's nice, because they can teach you a lot. So here, so going through disadvantages, I see one thing is you can talk more to each other in resting time. That's true. That happens. Yeah. If you have to be, of course you have to talk, but you have to respect the resting times, because sometimes when you look at the clock, it's going like 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then your body gets a bit cold, and that's not good when you have to go back to your set, to your rep. That's when like injuries can happen, because you cannot let your body go and drop that intensity. If you look at footballers, you know, when they, if they are on the bench and they, you know, the coach will substitute someone and this guy will come on, you see they are always warming up before coming on. They have to, they cannot just come on like cold, because if they have to go for a sprint, they can pull a muscle. That's why they, just before they come on, they keep like on the sideline, running a little bit, and knees up and down, hands moving about, stretching a bit, and more or less when they come on, they're okay. They're not cold. So yeah, yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of having a mate. You can talk more than you should, okay, in resting times. Another thing is, as I've just mentioned, resting times cannot be longer than you're supposed to do it. Again, it depends. If you are a beginner training with your mate, you get more tired. Yeah, you're breathing, so you have to, maybe you need to rest a little bit more. Yeah, you will have to. Again, you just say like, I'm gonna be resting for like 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes, and that's it. And then you go back to your training. Again, if you are a trainer, or if you are a advanced exerciser, and you lift heavy, you don't have much resting, because well, it depends how much you're lifting, because if it is too heavy, you need like a longer resting. Yeah, if you're not that heavy, it's shorter the resting times. Yeah, so yeah, that's one other thing, like a resting times. You have to be careful when if you say like it is like 2 minutes, you have to go for like 2 minutes, not 3-5 minutes. And then, okay. So another one is supporting each other. There is a advantage and disadvantage here. Why? Because let's say supposing I'm not training, and I'm training with you. So I don't know the technique on how to spot someone. So what happens is, if you're spotting someone and the guy is going to be too heavy, and you can hurt yourself, you can hurt the exerciser. So it's good if you understand the technique when supporting someone. Yeah, if you don't understand, you might end up hurting yourself. So I see like people when they are on the gym floor, when they are training with a mate, you see like different sorts of like spotting. So can be dangerous, yeah, especially again if you don't understand the technique. But then I'd say, if you're not quite sure, you can ask one of the trainers to come and spot your mate. So the trainer is there for that, yeah. And then at the end of the sport, you can ask for a personal training session. That's how it goes. Okay. Another one is performing exercises can be a bit tricky. Again, it comes to technique and form. If your technique is not good, you're going to struggle with the form. Yeah, you need to understand the technique to do an exercise. Why, for example, why you cannot keep like your feet together when you're doing biceps. This is kind of basics, because you're going to lose your balance, because your floor is standing like that, close your feet. And you need at least your feet with your hips for the balance, because it depends how much you're lifting here for your bicep. But if you're lifting like 2 kilograms, let's say, you can just do on one leg. But basically, I always say to my clients, yeah, you're fit with your hips. Bend the knees a little bit. Your knees can never ever be straight. Yeah, you have to bend and lock it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Suck your core in. Basic. If you're standing, that's how you have to do the technique. You see loads of guys doing exercise with the knees really locked out straight. That's wrong. It's like when you're doing leg press and then you're pushing and your knee is totally straight like that. You're putting a lot of pressure in the kneecap. So you have to finish the movement with the knee a little bit bent. It happens. It happens. If you're on the gym floor, you see loads of things happening, wrong things. We're there to help. If they some people they appreciate when you come and explain. Other people just say, "No, I'm right." I've had that many times. If you're right, you're right, and you go ahead. Okay, so another disadvantage I see here is like when you're training with a mate and you have like a different levels, yeah. So one knows more than the other. That could be could not help. That's one of the advantages because one knows more than the other, and they have like a different goals in training. Yeah, but again, if you are at the same level, that's good because it goes up more or less similar, and if you know as much as I do, so the goals are kind of together. But if you have like this level, another one has that level, it can be a bit could not be nice at training with a mate like that because you have to be patient and you have to help a lot with a lot of fixing here, fixing there. But this is a thing for a trainer, you know, because trainers, they are patient because we have to learn how to be patient, and we have to be good, like to know how to explain the technique and the movements, yeah. And we paid. We have our clients. They pay us. That's how we have to do. We have to be professionals. Okay, at the end of the day. Another disadvantage is like you waiting for your friend to come, and your friend doesn't turn up, and then I've seen that many times in the gym, like guys waiting, sitting on the sofa. Waiting, and then they give up. They go to the gym area, and the guy comes late, like 20 minutes late. It's always the train. The excuse is always the train. The train was late, but sometimes you were late, not the train. So yeah, that could be something not good because I wouldn't like to be waiting for my colleague, for my friend, like coming late, like 20 minutes. So if you kind of come at the same time and you start the training together and you finish together, that's much better. Okay. So another one is one has more commitment to training than the other. So yeah, sometimes you're training with a partner, and you can you see like your friend doesn't have that commitment in training, and sometimes you don't feel happy, and even if you like kind of pushing, the guy doesn't have that commitment. You have to push for yourself, and your mate helps you, so you have to make it happen. So commitment, that's important. Yeah, so that's what happens. Another thing I've written is it can happen conflict in different techniques, because you think it is this way and I think it is my way, and then there is that kind of conflict of techniques, and you see that on the gym floor. Yeah, every day you're there, you see it, because sometimes one knows, maybe that one knows and thinks I know more than you, this and that. So that kind of conflict. Best thing is you listen to and absorb, and even if the guy is wrong, that's it. It's all good. Or if you're not quite sure, go online, Google, or get your books and read it, and then you can kind of discuss about it. But that could happen, like between sets and reps. I think you should do 12. I think you should do 6 reps, and that's how it goes. But the best thing is like just get it and get on with the training. Another disadvantage is when you're training with a friend, if your friend pushes you, it can be more painful to you. Yeah. Maybe on the day and the next day and the follow day. Yeah. Because you're not used to that kind of training, and it can be a bit pushy for you. But then you benefit. Okay. It can be a bit painful. It is for everyone. But again, we're talking about disadvantages here. That could be, and then what could happen is like the friendship could split. So you still remain like friends, but not friends in training, because you maybe your friend cannot take it. That can happen. Some people, they are not strong enough to go through that kind of like training. Of course, it can be a little bit painful, but that's how it goes. Okay, okay. Yeah. Another one is another disadvantage is overtraining. I'm sure you understand what that means. Like when you're training more than you should. That's what it is, overtraining. So you have to know. Sometimes you see, you hear people like, I train 6-7 times a week. For what? You're training more than you should because you're not resting yourself. At the end of the day, your body is not growing because you're not resting. In fitness, we say your body grows when you're resting. If you're not resting, so you're not giving time for your fibers to recover, because when you do weight training, your fibers, they break down. That's what happens. It's like when you cut your let's say your hand, your arm. What happens? It bleeds. It does, and then it takes some time to heal. Once that's healed up, that's it. It's all done. Same happens to the fibers. The fibers, they break down. When they break down, they come back stronger because you rested. So if you're training 7 times, maybe 6 times, it really doesn't need it. 5 times is enough if you really like training. 5 times is enough, because at least you're gonna have like a 2 very full days of resting. You need to rest yourself, because I'm sure you want to maximize your gains. You're gonna get stronger, but I'm sure you won't get there where you always want to get, because you need resting. Resting is important in training. And another thing could happen is maybe one day you stop training because you get overtraining. It's overtraining. You come to that state like a plateau, and you're gonna stop it, and that's it. And you take a long layoff, and then you lose everything. So better to be smart, clever, do like 5 days, very good training, and I tell you what, you're gonna grow. Rest, eat well, drink plenty of water. That's recommended. Always drink water. Yeah, the more water you drinking, the more you're accelerating your metabolism and you're burning more. So that's important. You do it. Drink a lot of water. You see, if you see myself, or if you watch me on the gym floor, I'm always like with this, always like sipping water. It's important. Every day when I wake up in the morning, before anything, before my black coffee, I go for my a glass or 2 glasses of water. Always. Why? Because you have slept for 7, 8, 9 hours, and you kind of dehydrated. You sweat. Yeah. So you have to drink water. Water is important. I've had a client before. Of course, I'm not mentioning the name. and he went through his medical, you know, it's a man, and was like, doctor told it to drink more water because the results were like not enough water in the body, and your body is made up of a lot of water, you know, so you have to drink a lot of water. It's important for you. So always when you're in training, so bring your water with you, or just go to the fountain there, and you know, just go for it. So basically, that was the idea of our live today, to talk about pros and cons when you're working out with a mate. It's up to you if you want to train with a friend or not. So it can be more motivating, but sometimes things can happen. But I think at the end of the day, it's really good to have a mate and to train together, even if they don't have your level, or if you've got more knowledge than your friend, but you can share ideas, you can go out together, you can socialize more, so you can, as I've mentioned before, you can save money, because if you're lucky and your friends got a car and go and pick you up, take you back home, so you save money. And also, if you want to do personal training, you can split the cost, which is good. So you don't pay like the full price for an hour, you divide that. But then there is another disadvantage here, because you're not having the full hour for yourself. Yeah, but then at least you're gaining a lot of knowledge from a trainer, you know, and you can ask questions because that's your hour. So that's amazing. If you if you don't have enough money to pay for an hour, you can split it with your mate. And if you do once a week, that's enough. And then you do another day with your mate. So you kind of try to remember what you did last time with your trainer. But yeah, that's good. Yeah. Going through again here, we have spoken about pros and cons, working out with a friend. Again, it's up to you if you want to go and do it by yourself, or get a friend and do it, and that's it. Basically, if you have any question, you can ask a question, or if you can drop me a text message on my platform, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, and I think Facebook, Insta, and Instagram. My head is going YouTube, Facebook, Insta. Also, I'm on Twitter. I'm on all platforms. LinkedIn, you can find him anywhere. You can find Biff at 50 anywhere you go. It's gonna be like, hey, I'm here to talk to you. Yeah. So we're back on again tomorrow. Tomorrow is what? Kind of lost. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, for another live. And thank you for being with me here tonight. And I wish you a good night, and see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.